Hey, welcome to Viking Preparedness. I am Pastor Joe Fox, and this is not coffee. Some kind of V8 mango energy juice. It has like green tea extract in it or something. Tastes pretty good. Mixed with water and ice. It's windy. I'm waiting for that to stop before I start talking. Hey, trying how to do this video without making it seem like gloom and doom, without depressing people, but energizing people, without panicking, that's too strong of a word, people, but motivating them. You. I've just had a lot of stuff hit me over the last couple days. I've encountered a lot of stuff. Hit is not the right word either. And, what we're exposed to anymore is a lot of that is based on us. We kind of seek out things that resonate with us. We hang out in areas that we like, whether that's, electronic areas, physical areas, whatever. We talk to the kind of people we talk to. We read the things we like to read. So when I say, I'm hitting with stuff, I fully realize that a lot of that is me, right? However, I think I have the ability to, ticks are bad right now. I think I have the ability to kind of step back from the situation because I often try to do just that and kind of go, hmm. And so, let me just, bottom line, something's coming. You need to get ready for it, or you're just going to be overwhelmed. And even if you do prepare for it, you are going to be, it's going to be big, awesome, not necessarily in a good way. Why? Why do I say that? And again, I'm not trying to make you breathless. We gotta. No. You should know me well enough now to know that I don't want anybody running around in an emotional state. I want you to think it through logically, come up with your own ideas, and then work on those. I'm just one part of your input, right? And I guess in no particular order. I don't have a list where I'm going with this, but I was thinking about it. On one day, and I did a video on this. On one day, I watched a video by Home Skillet and a video by Following Yeshua. No, by NWA Prepper, and they both said, take time and chill out, appreciate the little things, and I spun off on either in a written work or in a video. I don't remember right now. And the reason I was able to watch their videos is because I had the feeling that I needed to chill out a little bit, take a break. I said on Shabbat, and it may be in the sermon that I posted on the Shofar Mountain YouTube site, but it may not be. Could have just been us talking. And I got goosebumps when I said it. When I was in the military, before we would go on an operation, if it was going to be long, we would put people on what we called block leave, which was basically you earn so many days off, 30 a year in the military, and you can accrue, this is when I was in, you can accrue up to 90, but you can only carry 60 over into the next year. It's complicated, but it's not that complicated. But we would make people take leave. All right, for the next 2 weeks, everybody's on leave. Burn up your leave, use your leave. But it was also so that they could chill out, so that when it was time for them to focus, they could focus. And so there's these different people. I mean, NWA Prepper doesn't know Home Skillet. I know Home Skillet well. I know NWA Prepper a little. It's not like we all sit around and chit chat, and we all felt the need to take a break. I thought that was interesting. Then TJ, the Bear, Independent, same thing. He had already shot the video that was coming out a couple days later on Chilling Out. So, one data point. Another data point. I'm just looking at a text here that I got. Brother Cody wants to know if he can come over and cut down my dead tree. Why, yes, he can. All right, another point. Man, a wide variety of people feel something coming and are getting ready for it. You've got the billionaires. I just saw a thing, again, self-selected, I know, but it doesn't change the fact that there's really rich people like buying hidey holes in New Zealand and places like that. Bill Gates has a shelter in Washington State, and I'm sure other places too. I mean, come on, he's not a dummy, right? I know that government people have been building shelters for themselves, like, paying with our money that they get to build themselves shelters. I knew a guy who did a certain type of security work when Al Gore was a senator from Tennessee, and he had a huge shelter under his house at the time. That was a while ago. But you see these people getting ready, and for all different things. You've got, is it Musk or Bezos or one of those guys that's like, hey, we need to figure out a way to get humans off the planet. It's our only chance of survival. I'm not saying that's true. I'm just saying they're feeling it. And I don't hang out with those people. They probably don't read the same things I read, I just watched a 3-hour interview. It was like one of those video chats where there's like one guy talking and then you see the other two guys in the blocks down here. When you talk, you get big on the screen. Google Hangout or something. I should probably play with that a little bit. But Ralph Skiba, who when I discovered Ralph Skiba, wasn't that long ago, I was like, this guy says everything I've been saying for years. He just says it a little bit more eloquently than I do. And I agree with most of what Rob puts out. But it's deep, man. It is way beyond the average person. It just really is. But I watched his thing today, and yeah, stuff's coming. Even the people who don't believe anything like I believe, let's just say people who call themselves pagans, they think something's coming too. They think something's coming. There's a disturbance in the force, and the world is starting to vibrate with it. And people realize it. I often wonder, I don't wonder, I think on. I don't wonder because I think I know what it is. I think on, I dwell on, I contemplate what my purpose is. What my purpose is in life, I think I've got that sorted. What my purpose is vis-a-vis Shofar Mountain, what my purpose is vis-a-vis y'all, most of whom I don't know from Adam or Eve. I just got, I'm not going there. I just got the 8th email or something, that's an exaggeration, from a woman who wants to meet and stuff, and so I was arranging that. And so after several emails, she comes back to me and she goes, so I'm just trying to get clear, why are we meeting? Why can't I just come to Shofar Mountain? It's kind of like what I heard. And it's like, y'all have a pretty good feel for me. I mean, you see me sit here and give you my deep thoughts and see my little thoughts and my stupid thoughts. And, I have probably almost 2,000 videos up now in various forms. So you have a good feel for me, but the vast majority of you, I don't know you at all. At all. I told this woman, it'll probably irritate her. I don't know if she's on Patreon or not. If you are, hey, here's more details behind what I said. But it's like, you purport to be, I didn't use that word, a wife, so you're the half of the couple who wants to come visit kind of thing. I don't know that. And the reason why, it's like, oh, you're paranoid, PJ. No, there have been really weird people. Strange, you would say they were strange people that have tried to, whatever. And I'm not even famous. I mean, I can't imagine what somebody like Brad Pitt, besides being, almost as good looking as me, I can't imagine what somebody like that has to put up with. Everybody thinks they know them, and they don't even know them because they're actors. They just portray roles. They're not them. I'm not acting. This is me, right? But anyway, all these people feel it. They feel it coming. And so I ask, what is my role? I contemplate on my role for y'all. And I think I'm just supposed to motivate those of you who can be motivated. Get going. Keep going. You're doing the right thing. And you are. If you are getting ready for what's coming, you're doing the right thing because it's coming. And I don't on this channel dwell a whole lot about spirituality. But this is a lot bigger than beans and rice. And at the same time, beans and rice are important. When you're starving, your spiritual meter is going to be askew. You're going to be malleable. So don't be starving. That's another thing. Food. I got hit in the last 2 weeks from a bunch of different directions. That's what Following Yeshua was talking about. Food. And I did the video on what happens after your food storage runs out or you tap into it. And there's some pretty good comments on that one. Some people get it. I don't want to demoralize anybody because I've been where y'all are. But man, you need to come out of her, my people. You need to get your food situation sorted. You need to start producing food because the time's coming when you're not going to be able to get any. And there won't be, people still default. See, somebody said, a couple of y'all said, you like it when I pose these difficult challenges or questions or make you think about uncomfortable things. Because I understand the value in that. I don't think they're comfortable either. They're not comfortable for me. But you got to think these things through. And a lot of people are not psychologically strong enough. A lot of y'all aren't psychologically strong enough to do that. You need to force yourself to do it. You need to force yourself to think the hard thoughts so that when you have to, you can force yourself to do the hard things. And too many people default to, well, this is just what I'm going to do. All right, I can see where that's going for you. Do some deep thinking. Pray. Ask for guidance. Start getting yourself in order. Spiritually, mentally, morally, emotionally, physically. Whole man, whole woman concept. You got a marathon coming. You need to be ready for it. Maybe it's an ultra marathon. I used to say you see all body types in a marathon. I've run a few marathons, several marathons. You go to the marathon, you only see one body type that wins marathons, but you see in a marathon, people who complete marathons within the standards, you see a wide range of body types. In 50 milers, which is it was a pretty common ultra marathon because a marathon's 26. In 50 milers, you start not seeing the fat bodies, which you'll see in a marathon. when you show up to run the marathon. You don't see the fat bodies, but you still see a pretty, the fat bodies, because I just can't do it. But you see a pretty broad range of body types. And then when you go to the hundreds, the 100-mile races, it starts narrowing down. There's a distinct body type there because few people go to 100 without a lot of training beforehand. And that training morphs your body into a certain thing. My point is, it's a serious event coming, the 100-mile race or more. People know it, they prepare for it, and that changes them. You got a big race coming. You got to run for the prize. But if you don't prepare for it, there's no participation trophy. So, to the extent that you're prepping and getting ready on the whole aspect, good for you. Awesome. Keep going. You're doing great. You can do it! To the extent that you're just blowing it off and going, yeah, whatever. I won't say I told you so because I won't be thinking about you in the event. I'll be too busy thinking about other things. This won't work anyway. I'll just say, well, I did my best to get people ready. And many of you listened and are listening. I give thanks to the Father for that. I'm happy for you. It's those of you who don't get it that drive me crazy. All right. Keep your nose to the wind. Keep prepping. And don't lose sight of the big things. I just did another sermon on love the other day. That's important. It's not about me, me, me. It's about us, us, us. It's about Him. All right. I'll see you out there.